Now I want to show you the "it's not your fault" technique. I mean, this is one of my absolute favorite ways to re-engage a girl. Have you ever wondered what's going through a woman's mind when she reads your text and doesn't respond? I mean, what if it's your second or third one in a row with no response? Well, this is about the time when most guys either go buck wild and send a relentless barrage of texts that really annoy her and further push her away, or they just give up and think all is lost. But not you, my friend, for you're about to learn a three-part formula to create the most powerful re-engaging text known to man. But first, let's look at some of the reasons she's not responding so you can understand why this technique works so damn well. The reasons can be all across the board. Perhaps she has every intention of texting you back, but you got lost in the shuffle. Maybe she didn't have a good reply at the time, so she put it off and forgot. Or maybe you haven't sent her a text that created enough emotional response for her to want to respond. Don't worry about it. I'm about to teach you a kick-ass one. Or maybe, just maybe, she is secretly a princess and her wicked stepmother is holding her hostage in a place where she gets no bars. She probably has Sprint. That happens more than you think. Either way, there's a lot of reasons it could have happened. All that matters now is that it has already happened. And what you do about it is crucial. You see, what most guys are focusing on is the cause, trying to guess the reason why it happened in the first place. This will drive you crazy and will put you in a mindset that will severely weaken your future text to girls. I promise you. So what I want you, my budding text ninjas, to do is focus on something far more powerful. I want you to focus on the effect, the actual emotion you are indirectly causing her. But wait, Race, you say, how am I causing her emotions? She's the one that didn't text me back. She's the one being rude and hurting my feelings. Hold on there, cowboy. That's the exact reaction that so many guys she has given her number to in the past have had. And you know what many of them ended up doing? Getting hurt and angry and sending her a rude text even though she didn't purposely mean to hurt their feelings. Well, at least most likely. You know what happens when you do that? Game over. You see, the more times a woman doesn't respond in a row, no matter the reason or cause, the less likely she is to respond in the future because of the effect or emotion that you're indirectly causing her to feel. What is that emotion, you ask? Guilt. Now, why would she feel guilty? Well, think about it this way. If she were to respond now that she's gone this long without responding to your text, she'd have to do one of two things. Either give an excuse, usually with an apology, or try to pretend that it never happened. Either way, she's feeling these feelings. For almost every girl, after a certain point of not responding, she crosses an event horizon where it becomes much more comfortable to just not respond than have to face those feelings that are being created. And believe me, brother, you do not want to get there. The bright side is, knowing that this happens and how to deal with it will give you a huge advantage. So, shall we learn how to make her guilt disappear and rope her back into your life? I present to you the super secret "it's not your fault" technique. The reason this technique works so well is that it gives your girl an excuse for not responding to you. And a fun one at that. It sets it up so the fact that she didn't respond had nothing to do with you. Because come on, you're awesome. She was just caught up in something. Not only that, it almost always leads you right into a fun roleplay. And if you've read any of my program, Text That Girl, you already know roleplaying is a turbocharged way to build attraction and sexual tension. The "it's not your fault" technique is broken down into three parts. Once you understand the parts, the cool thing is you can make up hundreds of your own personal unique texts that will have that one that got away clamoring to text you back. Ready to see how it works? Well then, what are you waiting for? Let's do this. Part 1. Well, it's obvious. You want to start off by creating a funny reason that she's been busy, that she hasn't been able to text you back. As you'll see in a second, it could be anything from joining the circus to being abducted by aliens. Okay? Part 2, the creative middle. Next, you add in a funny, teasing event or part of the situation that happened during the event of why she couldn't text you that is clearly keeping her from texting you back. It can be something you hope happened to her or something you hope didn't happen to her. For example, if it was joining the circus, it could have to do with her having to shovel elephant poop or teaching penguins how to do cartwheels. So once you have that middle part, you can add in the last part, part three, the hook. So this is the part where you compel her to respond. Simply tell her that when she's finished with whatever she's doing, gets back from wherever she was, escapes, etc., to text you back. I like to add that I have a question for her or that I have a fun idea at the end. This is just a little extra something that encourages her even more to respond by piquing her curiosity. It's very powerful. When she asks, simply make up a question. Often it's seeding an invite to a meeting up that week. For example, have you ever been to insert a place you like to go, bar, coffee shop, I don't know, park, anything that you like to do. So, are you ready to see what this looks like all put together? Well then check it out. Here's example number one. Well, it's obvious you're abducted by aliens. I hope they were the hot Brad Pitt looking kind, not the ugly green ones. When they return you, send me a text. I have a question for you. So as you can see, it wasn't her fault. She's abducted by aliens. Something you hope that happened to her. When you get back, hit me up. Example 2. Well, clearly you ran off to join the circus. So when you finish braiding the bearded lady's face, shoot me a quick text. I have a quick question for you. Example 3. Well, it's obvious you finally pursued your dream of becoming a mermaid. When you're done singing songs with your underwater friends, send me a text. I have a fun idea. Pretty cool, huh? Now imagine a girl, even a buddy, sent you this text. You better bet your ass you'd be laughing and want to respond. So, you want to just see how effective it is? Check out this text with my buddy Eric. He messaged me the other day telling me about a girl that he was supposed to go on a date with and just was not texting her back. Last couple times I texted her randomly, she hasn't responded. Thoughts? So I sent him over this very text. It's obvious you're abducted by aliens. I hope they're the hot Brad Pitt looking kind and not the ugly green ones. When they return you, give me a text. I have a question for you. Thought it was funny? But check this out. This is the best part. She responded immediately, by the way. So within 5 minutes, she's already responded. And she hasn't been responding to him all week for him to go on this date on Friday. So what are you waiting for, guys? Get out there and make some girls smile with your thumbs.